So skill number 4 is something where you can start working on right now. So what do I mean by personal branding? Anyone have an idea? How about you? What do I mean by personal branding?
Building who you are, who you want to become.
Yep. And how people see you.
Yeah.
So when they hear your name, what's the first thing that comes to their mind? So when a person hears your name, Kendall, what are they thinking? That's your brand, okay? So be deliberate about that. What are some ways that you can start to build your brand right now? It's never too early to start. What are some ways that you can start to do that? Samuel?
By identifying what you want your brand to represent and seeing how you can incorporate that into your person and how you.
Excellent, excellent. That's where you start. Yep.
Even while we're interning at different places, we can network with the people that work there.
Very good, very good. Other ways are through social media. So, of course, with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of those, that's really giving your personal, all right, here's what I like to do in my free time. Then there's LinkedIn, where you're starting to shape yourself as an expert. Never too easy, never too early to start that. So with LinkedIn, you do have the ability to position yourself as an expert. What are some ways that you could do that? Through LinkedIn, Samuel.
Through building your resume and connecting with people you work with.
That's right. What are some other ways? First of all, does everyone have a LinkedIn profile? Raise your hand if you have a LinkedIn profile. Good. And those that didn't raise your hand, I want you to set up your LinkedIn profile today. Okay? That's your assignment. That's your homework assignment. Set up your LinkedIn profile. So what you can do is there are 2 things that you can do in terms of your experience on LinkedIn. Number 1 is where you're in school. So that's something. You can say, I'm a student at this place. Number 2 is you're an intern. So those are 2 things that should be listed on your profile. So what you can start to do to build your profile on LinkedIn is chime in on articles that you're interested in. So each one of you has a feel for what you want to do long term. So where someone posts something that's interesting to you, just put a comment under it. So what it's starting to do is starting to shape the algorithm so similar things will start to come up for you. So never too early to start that. So also in terms of your personal brand, so Samuel mentioned something in the beginning, just saying, okay, here's what I want to be. Here's what I want to be viewed as. And number 1 is introspection. So do some reflection. I talked about meditation earlier. That gives you an opportunity to ask yourself whether or not you're hitting those objectives. Am I the person that I want to be? What can I do better? So number 3 is, as you start to realize what your value is, once you have really established a brand, it's a lot easier to negotiate and say, okay, here's what I expect. So once you know that, okay, people are starting to reach out to me, I'm at this level, then you negotiate a little bit harder. So when you don't believe that you're worthy of the position, you're not as willing to go out and negotiate and get what you really want. Number 5 is to learn continuously. So read a lot. I have books here that I've read and that I encourage other people to read, but you never stop learning. You shouldn't stop learning. Learning is a lifelong pursuit.